Hi, I'm Randy Brown, your YRA Year-Round Athlete Instructor. Today's lesson I want to talk about the swing. Please review the Get Ready to Swing, the loading process video prior to this one, because that video leads you right into the swing. So when I'm talking to my clients about the swing, it's real important that they understand that when you're taking a swing, you want a short, quick, balanced swing. Let your hands do the work. Don't let your body swing the bat or get the barrel through. Let your hands do it. So there's 8 key points when we're talking about the swing. Number 1, let the back elbow, knee, and hip initiate the swing, transferring the weight into the front side. Number 2, you need proper posture, I call spine angle or tilt during the rotation. Number 3, your shoulders and hips should stay aligned during the rotation. Number 4, your hands leading the swing and leading the barrel through the hitting zone. Number 5, eyes tracking the ball all the way to the barrel of the bat. Number 6, the top hand now begins to push through. Number 7, extension comes out towards the pitcher. And finally, number 8, finish high and finish balanced. So back to point number 1, where your back elbow, your knee, and your hip initiate the swing where it transfers the weight into the front side. What I'm talking about is I'm in that loading process. As I start my swing, everybody has their own trigger, where it's the elbow, the knee, or the hip. One of the three actually, it's all the same. So as I start that drive into the backside, you can kind of see now how my back elbow is beginning to slot, which is now initiating my hands to the inside part of the ball and taking my hands towards the pitcher. With that being said, you can see now how my weight is transferring into the front side. While I do this, I'm driving the arch of my back foot into the ground, using it as leverage to get my weight into the front side. If I just spin on my backside, I'm not getting my weight through, which is going to cause me to lose power throughout the swing. So when I'm driving through, I'm letting my hips turn, driving my back knee into the ground, which is causing my elbow to start to initiate the swing. In point number 2, where we talk about posture, all right, or spine angle or tilt during the rotation. As you can see in my stance, my back is slightly tilted, and when I rotate, now my spine angle is going to match how my back was in my stance. If I take a swing and I start to come up and get vertical, what will happen now is it's going to cause me to roll over. So I have to make sure I have proper posture in the swing. So when I take my swing, you can kind of see now how the barrel of my bat kind of matches my shoulders, which is creating proper bat plane. Point number 3, when I start my rotation, as you can see now, as I'm making that turn, my right hip, right shoulder, front hip, and my front shoulder all stay aligned. If you can see in my stance and my loaded position, now it becomes a rectangle. Now as I turn, because of my posture now, my tilt, it creates a parallelogram. I see a lot of times kids, when they swing, their hips slide, their back shoulder drops. Now it's going to cause an uppercut swing. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to hit the ball up. They may hit the top part. It just makes their swing elevate. So I want to make sure when I rotate, my front shoulder stays with my front hip and my back shoulder stays with my back hip. In point number 4, during the rotation, now my hands are starting to lead the barrel through the hitting zone. What that means is as I start my turn, notice how I'm pulling my left hand and taking the knob to the baseball. We call that staying inside the baseball, taking the knob to the baseball, or keeping our hands inside the ball. It's all the same thing. We just want to make sure now our hands are working that short, quick, direct path to the baseball to enable us to throw the barrel at the baseball. Notice now when I'm making that turn, my eyes now are tracking the baseball, and it's going to start to shift to the contact spot. I like to call it see the ball out of the release point and see it again at contact spot. So you have to see it and see it again, which brings me to point number 6. As I start my turn, notice how now my top hand begins to push through, which now brings the barrel to the baseball. This is what we talk about letting our hands control the barrel of the bat. A lot of times when that front shoulder pulls out, as I pull out, you can see now how it takes the barrel ahead of my hands. That's going to cause us to pull off the baseball and come off the baseball. So as I start my turn, my hands now are leading, and my backhand or my top hand begins to push through, which brings me to point number 7, continuing out through extension to the middle of the field. And from there, number 8, I'm going to rotate, finish balance. I can keep 2 hands on, or I can take the top hand off. But notice how I'm staying balanced. So I'm going to demonstrate the loading process all together and the rotation and the swing. So remember these 8 points. Number 1, your back elbow, knee, and hip initiate the swing, transferring the weight into the front side. Number 2, proper posture, what I call spine angle or tilt during the rotation. Number 3, your shoulders and hips stay aligned during the rotation. Number 4, your hands leading the barrel through the hitting zone. Number 5, your eyes are tracking the ball to the bat. Number 6, your top hand begins to push through. Number 7, extension now goes out towards the pitcher. And finally, number 8, you want to finish high and finish balanced. These are the proper mechanics of the swing.